Hello everyone and welcome to No Whining. We are on episode number 13, lucky number 13. We've been through 2 wine lists already. We're going to start our third today. Let's kick things off with this. A 2019 Trimbach Gewurztraminer. This is a $30 bottle of wine, and they actually put the grape variety on the label here in the region of Alsace, France, which is freaking fantastic. Because if you've ever had the wild displeasure of going to the section for French wines and all you see is hundreds of labels of things that make absolutely no sense. You're looking for Cabernet Sauvignon from France. You would think that that would be something you could find, but you can't find it because all they have in France, with the exception of a place like Alsace, is the name of an appellation. So you have to know that specific region in France. And the implication of that being, okay, we only use certain types of grape varieties here in this particular region, and you should know that. And if you did know that, you would know what is in this bottle of wine, but you don't because you're an ignoramus. So if you can't tell, I found this very frustrating and just confusing when I was originally looking through French wines. Now, I must tell you, I have really grown to enjoy a lot of these French wines, and so it has been worth the effort to figure things out, but they didn't make it easy. Alsace is actually pretty similar to where I live. I live on the Front Range of Colorado, where we've got the mountains that kind of protect us from a lot of the storms. Everybody thinks of Colorado like there's tons of snow and everything else. There's over 300 days of sunshine a year here, in large part because those mountains protect us from these storms that come through, like the huge one over the last 48 hours that's dumped like feet of snow in the mountains, and all we got out here was a day and a half that looked like we were in Seattle. So we were really protected by that. And in Alsace, it's the Vosges mountain range that does that for that area. And because of the Vosges mountain range, Alsace gets lots of sunshine, right? And it leads to this really long growing season, which equals more sugar in the grapes, which ultimately means higher alcohol once fermentation is completed. Here's some information from the tech sheet that they put out, which was actually really helpful. It says the Trimbach family is one of the largest owners of Grand Cru vineyards in the region. Soils are shell limestone, dolomite, and marl, with the vineyards having southeast exposure. 2019 had cold temperatures in spring, which slowed down the growth of the vines. June followed with dry and very hot weather. Some beneficial rains in August provided relief for the vines. Exceptional hot and dry harvest conditions allowed for perfect maturity, superb balance in between sugar and acidity. The wine is fermented in temperature-controlled stainless steel and concrete vats. There is no secondary malolactic fermentation or long aging on lees in order to maintain as much natural acidity as possible and preserve freshness, liveliness, and fruity aromas. Bottled in spring, then 2 years of aging minimum in the cellar. All right, I want to hop to this. When I uncorked the bottle, I saw these like crystals on the cork, and I'll show that to you here in a second. But what I found out is, if you can see this here, this is most likely potassium or calcium combining with tartaric acid to form crystals. So I thought that was super interesting. These fancy little crystals on my wine cork here. Okay, here we go. Alrighty here, I'm gonna call this a medium gold color. Let's give this a shot on the nose and see how she does. That is amazingly aromatic. There's a lot going on here. Okay, on the citrus side, there's some lemon, there's grapefruit, also getting peach. There's passion fruit, maybe mango, but the thing that's standing out the most is lychee. I mean, very, very prevalent here. It's the most obvious kind of like aroma that I'm finding with this. There's also mineral notes here like stone. On the floral side, I would say honeysuckle. Let's give it a try on the jaws and see how it does. Still having the citrus come through. On the floral side, like retronasal, the honeysuckle, but the lychee, again, is right front and center with all of it. This is a medium plus, I would say, in terms of body. The mouthfeel on this is really nice. I like this wine a lot. I really like it. But just analyzing it, medium plus in terms of body, medium plus, I would say, in terms of acidity. On alcohol, too, it's got quite a bit. It's got to. 14.5%. 14.5% for a white wine. That's quite a bit. I'm also picking up on just a little bit of sweetness in this wine. I would say that it's off dry, a little bit of residual sugar, but it's so well balanced and integrated with the rest of the wine. And that's something I'm loving about this wine. It's perfectly balanced. This is really delightful. It's got a nice, plush, full and silky body and mouthfeel. The citrus, the tropical, the lychee fruit, along with the minerality and then the honeysuckle. This is a freaking fantastic wine and a phenomenal way to kick off episode number 13. I gotta give myself a pat on the back here because this was killer. Let's get into wine number 2 right now. This is a 2020 Tarima Hill. This is a $20 bottle of wine. It is coming from producer Bodegas Bolver. And if you remember back, I think it was the first or second episode where we tasted another wine from this producer and it was absolutely awesome. It was a Tempranillo. So this grape variety is Monastrell. It's a grape variety that's native to Spain. It is known as Mourvèdre in France. This is coming from the Alicante region in southeastern Spain. This is a hot continental climate with Mediterranean influence. And Monastrell is a grape that thrives in this kind of heat. From the very helpful tech sheet, it said that these were goblet-trained vines. Now, that is a particular type of system. Sometimes it's known as like bush vines or head-trained or other names that they go by, but they use that in areas that are really, really hot and that are prone to drought. So again, it says these goblet-trained, dry-farmed vines experience arid and hot sunny days and cool nights at high altitudes. So this is over 2,000 feet. In stony, chalky limestone soils, producing naturally low yields of concentrated yet balanced Monastrell grapes. Maceration and fermentation takes place in 3 to 5 ton open stainless steel fermenters. It is transferred to the finest new French oak Burgundy and Bordeaux barrels to finish primary fermentation and undergo malolactic fermentation. It's aged 14 months in primarily new French oak Bordelais and Burgundy barrels and some second use barrels. This is bottled unfined and unfiltered. All right, let's get right to it. Okay, I'm gonna call this a deep ruby. Certainly at the core, it lightens up a bit toward the rim. Let's try it on the schnoz and see what we find out. This is really nice on the nose too. I'm getting black plum, some black cherry here. Having some bilberry come through, or blueberry in other words, raspberry. Let's see what else is in here. God, this is fascinating. There's like vanilla next to cut hay. All right, gosh, licorice even. There's so much going on in here. The only other thing I'm picking up is some sweet tobacco, so let's try it on the jaws and see how it does. Black fruit. Earth is coming through with that. This is a pretty darn full-bodied wine. High on the tannins, but they're like soft and plush tannins. The alcohol is, it feels like it's through the roof a little bit. It's a dry wine. Let's see what the alcohol actually is. Okay, yes, 15% alcohol by volume. That is quite high. Bold body with black fruit, lots of big plush tannins. So this has some solid complexity, really good length on it, and the finish on it, it's like vanilla tobacco. Both of these wines today were super freaking incredible. I love them both. Now I'm supposed to pick whichever one is my favorite. Man, we've been in this position a lot lately, which makes me feel good because we're like picking great wines here. I hope you're enjoying them as well. I don't know what to do here. I'm just sitting here staring at both these wines. Okay, I'm gonna taste them again and see what happens. I'm gonna say that the Tarima Hill just edged out this Gewurztraminer from Alsace, but these were both absolutely magnificent, and the difference is so slight between them. I love both these wines. I'm probably going to go buy some more of these bottles at the store so I have some in stock. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, enjoyed both these incredible wines, and I can't wait to see you in episode 14.